and welcome back to Confidence on Camera with me, Christine Brunelli, your host, where we talk all things style, presence, and polish for women who lead. This episode was not in the plan. I am doing this spontaneous. I'm throwing it out there right now. Today is October 12th, 2025. I'm recording it and I'm posting it today, all in one fell swoop because of news we received yesterday on October 11th. Yesterday, we lost Diane Keaton. She passed away suddenly, and she was 79 years old, and we lose people all the time. I almost never talk about celebrity because, celebrities just happen to be famous because they're on a screen or they're in a sport or they're a musician, but they get all of the accolades and the exposure when there are so many people like you who should have more exposure. That's why I do what I do. I help you with that. But I saw a tribute that David Letterman did when she was in her younger years, a tribute to say, rest in peace, Diane. And she was so nervous in front of a live audience. And it hit me. I was struck by it. I mean, fidgety nervous, couldn't get herself comfortable nervous. And I want to talk about that because why do actors get nervous in front of a live audience? And why is it important for them to still do it? And why is it important for you to do it? If you're not going live, I'm going to help you with that. But also I'm going to talk to you about why it's extra important now, 2025 and beyond, with AI on the rise, and also not AI, just in general. Are you ready? Let's dive in. If you haven't seen any movies by Diane Keaton, I would just highly recommend it. She is one of those actresses that seems like she's just as real on screen as she is off. And it's because when she's interviewed, except for the live audience interview, when she's interviewed, she is just so relatable. And I love that. You know, somebody that had crazy talent was Robin Williams, and he was funny and quick-witted and just wildly entertaining, but not so relatable because he had a talent that just made you go, wow, I can't think that fast. Diane had talent to get into a character, embody the character, and make you forget that she was Diane and she became the character. But she also was just so relatable. She was able to engage an audience so that you get really wrapped up. And that's why this whole David Letterman clip, which you could reference for yourself, look it up, that he posted in tribute to her, it just really surprised me how shaky and anxious she was. And she said, wow, I haven't been in front of a live audience and I can't remember. She's like, I think it's been 8 years. And it was on a Johnny Carson interview. And, you have to think about this. Actors and actresses get retakes, right? Take one, take two, like cut, that wasn't right. Let me do it again. And if you do any type of video for your business where you're pre-recorded, you get to do that. You get to say, cut, I'm not going to use that, forget it, or I'm going to edit it out. We're going to keep on going. But you can't do that if you go live or even on Zoom. And I have a lot of women that don't even like to go on Zoom. They don't like it. And it's just fascinating to me that we think we're the only ones. We think, yeah, everybody else is out there on camera. They're out there on YouTube. They're on Zoom. They're on socials. I'm not. Well, if that's you, you are not the only one not going live. And if you think about some of the people, your favorite actors and actresses, a lot of them are not on live TV. They're not live on social media. They're not going live. They don't often go live. I wonder if it's because for them, it's easier to be in a character and it's not them being themselves. So let's think about, why do we even like seeing them interviewed? Taylor Swift just released her brand new album. My daughter is a Swiftie and she is inhaling every interview that Taylor is doing right now because she's out, promo for the album, and all of the meanings behind the songs, the life of a showgirl and the fate of Ophelia, all of this, she is soaking up every interview. And why is she doing that? Because she has the album, she has the vinyl, she has all of the lyrics, all of the notes, she follows Taylor Swift, you can access her social media. But why do we, not just Swifties, but why do we love to see our favorite celebrities, musicians, actors and actresses, whoever, why do we like to see them interviewed live? It's because we feel like we can get to know them. We feel like we can experience a little bit of, oh, Taylor likes to bake sourdough bread. Huh, I didn't know that. I like to bake sourdough bread. Or, let me hear more about how he proposed to you, or whatever it is. When they're live, we feel like we connect with them more in their realness, in their real life, not in their professional life. That is no different than how your audience feels about you. Facts. I went live every single day in August of 2024. Just a personal challenge to myself. I had gone through a major life change of selling the family home that we lived in, raised our kids in, had it way over 20 years. And at the time, I was staying in an extended stay hotel until my Airbnb was ready. And I'm like, what am I going to do with myself here? What am I going to do? And I thought, you know what? I'm going to distract myself and go live. I already teach how to go live and how to record video and show up confident on camera. But I'm going to figure out if I can even do this for 30 straight days, 31 days straight, and find something to talk about. And it wasn't that hard. It really wasn't. But people got to know me. They got to see my dog distract me. They got to see me doing my makeup while I was doing it. They got to see sometimes my hair was up, sometimes it was down. I talked about that, things on my personal life that when I'm putting out short form content, like a tip, here are 3 tips to do XYZ, that's just me and my professional body, right? It's not me real. It's not me. It is me real, but it's not me giving you a piece of my personal world. And although I know that so many of you are resistant to doing that on camera, I'm not saying you have to tell them all of your dirty little secrets or all of every little nitty gritty of your personal life. But when you're real, when you're live and they see that, oh, she has kids too. I hear them in the background. Or, oh, she has a cat or she has a dog. Little tiny things like that help people feel more connected. And that's why we like doing it with celebrities. And it gives you a chance to tell stories. You can choose ahead of going live what story you want to tell your audience. You get to pre-select it. You don't have to be someone who rips everything wide open and exposes your whole life online. I'm not suggesting that. I'm just suggesting that being real and being vulnerable resonates. It gives others permission to do the same thing, and it also helps them connect. Vulnerability is a key connector. So that is one reason people love Diane Keaton. Here she is, famous for movies. She started before this, I think, but The Godfather was her first big break. Come on, right? Here's somebody in a movie like that who's nervous to be on David Letterman. It helps us feel like, oh, she's a real human. She's just like me. And if you are someone who helps people become millionaires, 7 or 8 figure earners by whatever you do, you are not going to be relatable to the general public. Think about that. That's not relatable. Most people are struggling. They're paycheck to paycheck. They can't even get past 6 figures. And you're talking about 7 and 8 figures. You going live can help people go, oh, you're real. You're just like me. Maybe you're a real estate agent and it looks to the world like you are always busy, always listing, always closing, always selling, whatever. And to people, when they see your content, they're like, whoa, she's crushing it. I wish I was crushing it like that. I'm not crushing it. I want to be like her, but I'm not like her. And then you go live and you show a little piece of yourself. The irregularities, the things that make you quirky, the things that make you you. And people go, oh, she's successful and she's just like me. People love that. That is why going live is so key. It is why we see celebrities go off script. It's so refreshing to us. We binge celebrity interviews, behind the scenes, off-guard moments, because it gives us relatability. Even someone you revere feels the same fears you do. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Very few people don't get nervous. Very few people are like bulletproof when it comes to that. That is what humanizes us. It's what humanizes the celebrity. It's what humanizes you. And it builds an emotional bridge when you allow yourself to be afraid and go live for your business or your brand, you allow people to build an emotional bridge to you. That, in turn, builds trust, connection, and loyalty. If you have listened to any episodes I've done, you have heard all the stats about why video is key. But I'm just going to give you a recap. In 2025, 89% of businesses are using video marketing. That's published by HubSpot. Video is projected to make up 82% of all internet traffic for 2025 and beyond. 82% of all internet traffic video? Holy moly. And that is pre-recorded video, yes, but it includes live video. This is why we want to be on video. And I'm also someone that coaches you how to feel confident in your photos. So I'm not just a video guru over here. I'm not a guru at all, but I will help you get there. I'll help you feel confident. But this is just video marketing alone. 38% of brands report using live events, including webinars and live streams, to engage in audiences and prospects. Do you know what I see when I read that? Opportunity. That means 62% of people are not utilizing video, live or pre-recorded, to reach their audiences. 62% when we know from other stats that over 80% of consumers use video to make their purchasing decisions, whether it's to buy a physical product or a coaching product or something like that. So digital, live coaching through Zoom, whatever it is, we're in the 80% range. And you have only 38% using video. That's a gap. That's a place where you can jump in for sure. And on many social platforms, live or real-time content gets higher engagement than the polished pre-recorded video. I can tell you that for a fact. People love live content. Actually, my very first client back in 2021, online client, was from a live that I did. I've talked about this so many times. I went live in 2021, scared to death. I did it for 3 minutes. I talked really fast. I don't even know if I went like in a normal order, like if it made sense, but it made enough sense that someone reached out to me in my DMs cold and said, "Hey, I am going through what you described in the live video. I just watched the recording, the replay. How can I talk to you? I need help." And she ended up hiring me within 24 hours. Stripe sent me that notification, $2,000 paid. She prepaid for a 6-week coaching package in 2021. All because higher engagement, because I went live, I posted the replay on there with a little caption that described what it was about, and it just has a positive ROI. It doesn't have any negatives, none, even if you forget what you're going to say, because you know what? People will go, I would forget too. I couldn't even do that. Look at her go. You go. Here's what other reasons I like live video, why it's a strategy that you should consider, and I'm going to help you do it. Engagement in real time gives you the chance to respond. Lean into audience energy. Now, here's some truth. Sometimes you go live on your socials and nobody's there. But if that's the case, just post it anyway. Go in, go live. Don't worry about if anybody's there, and just engage and keep, looking at the camera lens and talk and do what you were going to say. Get out and post it with a strong CTA, even if there's nobody there, because sometimes that's the case. And actually, in the video where I was paid $2,000 for a 3-minute live video, nobody came when I was there. It was just me. And that kind of helped me, because I was like, okay, because I was actually nervous. What if people show up live and I have to answer questions? All of those things. And it ended up, she watched the replay and wanted to work with me. All your mistakes, all your stumbles, all of that makes you human. That is an authenticity signal. That's good, okay? I want you to know that. You get algorithmic favor if you go live. I'm telling you now, on TikTok in August, where'd that come from? October 2025, TikTok will push you out if you go live. You're going to have so much visibility if you go live over there. YouTube too. YouTube does the same thing. It increases the speed of how fast you build trust with your audience. It also gives you content repurposing. So let's say you go live and talk for 15 minutes. You could take that 15-minute live video dump it into AI and say, break this up into short 7-second clips that I can post. Did you know you could do that? I mean, there's so many things that you can do with it beyond just that one time you go live. And it doesn't have to be 15 minutes. I just use that as an example. And if all of these things come to your mind, well, I don't look good on camera, I'll mess up. Well, guess what? That's precisely what people connect with. And if you don't like how you look, I help with that. I can help all the angles and lighting and everything to help be more flattering so you can get over that stuff. I don't know what to say. Well, you don't do that. You don't go live and just sit there and twiddle your thumbs. You're in business. You know better than that. You just need a simple framework. I like a 3 bullet point framework. I don't like scripts. I'm not a fan of it. I feel like when you're off script and you just stick to the 3 bullet points, you come across as more real. And if you feel like it's too much effort to learn, or it's too scary, the tech is too scary, you have no excuse, because I have a free 20-minute call that I'll do with you to teach you how to do it on any platform. So there, you don't even have an excuse. I won't charge you. That is one of my freebies I've offered for a long time because I saw the power of live video in my own life. And nobody taught me. I had to do self-taught, had to figure out where the buttons are. What do you do? How do you do this? Like, what's it look like? And so now in the show notes, you can click on a link for a free 20-minute call that I will get on a Zoom with you, and we're going to break it down and do it together, because this is how much I think it's important for you. You know that AI is here. It is not just here, it's coming for us. It is coming for my work that I do. Who would have ever thought that, my job working with helping people show up confident on camera could be threatened? But it's not just me. It's not just a camera confidence coach. Actors and actresses. There's so much tension out there in the world because AI can replicate your voice. So it could take the voice of Jennifer Aniston and do a TV commercial, and it will be the likeness of her voice. It sounds like she's promoting it. It's not her voice, it's AI. So all of this stuff is talked about in Hollywood, which you probably already are aware of. But I don't know if you're aware with the release of Sora by ChatGPT or Vibes by Microsoft or some of these other ones, you can take the likeness of someone, so it could look like Jennifer Aniston, and it could make her say something that she never said. Okay? It is going to erode trust further than it already is. We already have a trust recession when it comes to anyone that we're supposed to trust. Right? The media, big time. That's why podcasting got so big. And I'm really grateful that I started podcasting before that really took off, because I've been here a while. But also, not just media, anything. Like, we don't know what to believe anymore. And do you know that they can even take an AI, they can tell AI to create some type of catastrophic event to make it look like it happened? And you know as well as I do, the way things get reposted on social media, they could make you think that Santa Fe, New Mexico is on fire, or there's riots when there's not. Like, that is where we're headed when people use it for bad. We can also use it for good, yes. And people that want to avoid being on camera can have AI create videos and make it look like them. But I'm going to tell you that it won't be you, because the eyes are soulless and dead in all of those videos. Something feels off. It doesn't feel right, and people notice it. So I would really encourage you to resist letting AI do your videos of you. Have some fun if you want to. Have some fun of them, putting you in Rome. You could tell AI, have me walking across a bridge in Paris or whatever. Have fun with that, but don't let that be your only content. Tell people it's AI, but if you get yourself on camera live, you talking, you having your idiosyncrasies, your irregularities, your imperfections, that is how your audience is going to go, that's her. She's real. This is not AI. Now, AI might get there someday, but right now it's making things look too polished. It doesn't look real. So this is how you can build trust in your audience, get ahead of all of this AI content that's coming, because my girl, it's coming. There's going to come a point where you can have, they're talking about actually these companies creating celebrity AI figures. They're going to become celebrities, but they're not real. They're created by AI, and they're going to go out and they might have their own TV show. They might have their own podcast. They might have their own, who knows, real estate, banking, financial wealth, medical health, or medical or mental health, anything. They could be on there, and they're going to create their own channels and social media platforms. Get ahead of it now. The more you postpone, the harder it's going to be. So if you've put off going live, my girl, go to the show notes right now. Click the link to connect with me on a free call. I will give you 20 minutes of my time to help you do it. I promise you, I'll help you do it so that you can start getting traction. It is a great way to finish the year on a high note. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Tap subscribe so that you get notified the next time a new episode is released. And until then, keep showing up and keep shining, and I'll be back soon.